All right, so we have on the line Robert Campbell, a musician, and he has something he wants to talk to us about. How are you doing today, Robert?
Hey, good. Thank you. How's your world over by Peggy's Cove?
Not too bad, not too bad. We're
Yeah.
settling in over here, and I still have. You can see behind me, I still get things I have to put away, and so that's a work in progress. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. So what did you want to talk about today?
Well, I'm a musician, songwriter, and my wife and I have been a duo for a number of years, and I've been in the music industry for a long time. And the uh, plague has really made a change in the environment for artists in general. And I've been involved with the Canadian Musicians Coalition, which is a group of mostly musicians who are um, have organized to try to build back better, as they say. And we have a petition going before the Canadian government, for the federal government, a MP-sponsored petition. And I wanted to get the word out about that. I mean, the issue being that artists and musicians, songwriters, venues, even music education, all these things are, it's a very broad base of discussion, really, but they've all been suffering because of the pandemic and also just because of the general nature of the change in the environment around us, of the online presence and the way support for music education as well has gone down over the years. And the this opportunity of the pandemic has raised people's awareness of the need for change, not just in music and in the arts and that kind of thing. I mean, in the environment and so many things. This is just one piece of a big puzzle. But so we have this federal MP-sponsored petition going before the government, and we're looking for signatures. So that's one of the things. I just wanted to raise awareness. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I'm
and
here. That's what I'm here to mention.
so how will this petition help out musicians like yourself?
Well, the idea is with these government petitions is the MP presents it to the House,
Hmm.
and it's to raise awareness. And the more signatures that we have, the better.
Right.
So the premise being there's three main thrusts to this.
Hmm.
One is the value of the arts in music, in particular, for the community, for the social network of the country,
Yeah.
and that the support of those artists and musicians and performers is important. Uh, so to find a way to do that more effectively. And so this kind of ties into basic living wage. That this is intended to say, look, a basic living wage will also help the artists, which helps the community, which helps our social environment and our the arts do a lot for uh, positive feelings, for for good mental health even.
Yeah.
So there's that. And to find a way to, as we build back better, to have some support for venues for the, well, not for the venue so much, but for the artists, so that there's a funding model for sending a little bit of money to performers at venues, so that the venue doesn't get the money per se, but there is a way to, and we have more details on our website, but that the musician or entertainer, it could be poet, whatever, so many venues like restaurants or whatever will have music, and they say, okay, bring your guitar and play, we'll support you, right? Well, they put out a tip jar and they get their
Yeah.
clientele in paying $8 a beer and $15 a burger. But often there's,
Yeah.
20,
And
40, $60 for an entertainer, which is
yeah.
extremely low. I mean,
Yeah.
25, 30 years ago, I was making $150 a night. Now it's very difficult to get
Hmm.
$100 a night.
Yeah, it might be better if they actually pay you with the beer and burger than the tip jar.
That happens too. That happens too. But so
we don't want that moniker starving artist to be a real thing. We want to.
no, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
so I feel your pain. Yeah.
And so the idea there is that there could be a way to channel some of the funding to the artists. So an artist plays a venue. There's ways to incentivize that so that the venue isn't on the hook to pay $100 or whatever to an artist, but that it comes in and that provides the artist the money, provides some incentive for the venue to have the entertainment. It provides awareness of the populace coming into the venue to see the music, to have the benefit of that. So it's a win-win. Right. And to do it that way is good. There's certain funding channels already, the Music Nova Scotia, the Canada Council for the Arts. There's many ways it could be looked at, but to raise the question about how are you going to do it? What can we do? And the other idea that there's three main pieces on the petition, and we can share that information up if you like. It's about music education, and there's been just a gutting of music education support throughout the country. And it's proven that studying music or learning about music or having music in your environment as a child growing up enhances your ability to learn mathematics or science or be a social person. And there's buckets of studies out there about that and how valuable it is to the youth and to education and to learning and to growth. So
that's right. That's where the kinder music is such a big thing that they're talking about now, that it does help improve with all that further education. So
it's not just about learning how to play guitar and sit around a campfire. It benefits
that's what I
life and so well, there's that too.
And I'm done learning math. So
well, there's studies by like Yamaha International that in-depth studies about the value of it. There's many out there, and I think we need to pay attention to that. It's just something that's been really gutted over the last many years.
Well, sounds like a great petition. We'll put that link in the description of the video here, so people can follow it if they want to and read it on their own. And please, take a moment to sign it. I think it's definitely worthwhile, because it's not always the venue's fault. I mean, they have to social distance. They can only allow so many people in their venues, so they're struggling too. So everybody's struggling a little bit. So let's see what we can do to help out those musicians who we love. Yeah, that includes you guys.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah.
Why don't you give them a little plug about you and Kaylin and what you do?
Sure. It's been a long haul this last 12 months, and we haven't done a show for over 12 months.
Wow. Yeah.
And we did some online stuff. Kaylin and I are Campbell and Green, and we're singer-songwriter duo. I play piano and Kaylin plays guitar. She sings very well, and I kind of sing as well. And
he's being modest.
we tour Canada mostly, and we've been through Europe a few times. We were projected to go to Europe right around now. We're going to be leaving in a couple of months. But that's all on hold, and our Cross Canada tour last year was canceled, and we've been hurting. I've been writing at home through Zoom and stuff, and but it's tough. And Kaylin wasn't all that enthused with the online thing, and it's not as good as one would want. So
it's not the same. And this is coming from somebody who's creating an online community TV channel. It's just not the same as being there in person. I'll give you that for sure. But I mean, it's a good secondary thing, but and keeps the content flowing. But still, it's not the same. I agree.
Yeah, and I, as you know, I've been in the music industry at one way or another for 45 years, and as a piano player, side guy, and always getting the interaction from the audience.
Yeah.
And as a songwriter, the last 10, 15 years, to play your songs and get that immediate feedback and understand whether a song is good or not, or what's connecting with people. It's just not the same. I mean, we have a close facsimile here on Zoom, but it's not the same. And, In what I do now on Tuesday nights, I have a group of songwriters. It's open to the public to come and watch and hang out, but I have a Zoom meeting every Tuesday night from 7 to 9, and we Atlantic time, and we chat about the world, about songwriting, about things that may be on our mind, about the industry, and we also share songs and may do some discussion of the song or whatever. So that's helped. That's been good. 2 or 3 hours of that once a week has really helped that way.
Yeah.
So, but no, man, it's a tough. I know people who are hurting a lot more than we are.
Yeah.
We're lucky you were at our old place out in East Preston, I think, where we hosted house concerts.
Yeah.
And
we had one where you came to us up in Kentville when we had the studio there.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And
that's where we first met, actually. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. That is right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. And so we downsized. So our overhead is low. So we're very lucky, but I know some people
we did the same
hurting.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I know some people who are really hurting, and we're lucky time-wise because we sold it 2.5 years ago. So
yeah,
we've been under lower overhead, but man, there's a lot of people out there who are hurting. So
well, listen, I appreciate you coming on the show today and talking about the petition. Hopefully people will get up and sign that. It's just a matter of clicking a few buttons on the internet. It's too easy. So thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. And maybe we can, that's right. Maybe we can have you back on in other shows. If you have other things to talk about, we'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Okay.
All right,
Thank you, Brian. Take care. Have a good day.
You too.